my name is Emily Kieser. I'm taking CDF 450 online. I just wanted to do a quick video to talk about my story props that I use this semester in the Flying Fish classroom. Let's see. The first one that I'll start out with is the Very Hungry Caterpillar. So this is my Very Hungry Caterpillar. And when I tell this story, the Very Hungry Caterpillar gets put onto a basket or gets taped to like the front of the basket, just to represent that like the basket is the Very Hungry Caterpillar. And then whenever I did it, like I read the book out loud to the class, like, and then I passed out like all of these story stones. Like this is just one of them with like the cheese that the caterpillar eats. And then like here's like one out of the 5 oranges, like one of the strawberries. And so like each kid got like at least one of these. So like even though I have like 4 strawberries, as long as I could just have, you know, like one kid have one. So that way I can make sure that everybody had one, and then if there was like less kids there that day, it would still be okay. But yeah, so as I read the story, like each kid had a little story stone prop, and then like once the caterpillar got to that page where like he had ate 4 strawberries, my kids that had 4 strawberries would come and bring their story stone into the basket where the hungry caterpillar was taped onto, or that I was holding, so that it was almost like they were like feeding the Very Hungry Caterpillar. And then it made it like really easy for them to retell the story because like they had all the pieces of what he ate, and then like, you know, he's just taped on a basket. But the kids got really creative with it, and they had a lot of fun. You know, here's a pickle and some pie. And I don't know, this one was like my favorite, and it was a lot of fun. I will say that whenever I did it during circle time, like it did get a little chaotic. I think that if I were to do it again in a circle time setting like that, I would need to be very like descriptive of how we treat the story stones at circle, and you know, we're gonna hold them very special. Like our hungry caterpillar friend really needs to eat his food, so we need to treat the stones, you know, like very carefully, or just try to do it in like a smaller setting. But I really think that just like going over like how we treat the story stones and the purpose of it would be a little bit better like moving forward, because it does get really chaotic when you have kids just coming up and bringing all these props, you know, to a basket, whatever. But yeah, so this is a Very Hungry Caterpillar. Moving on from that, my next story props that I made were the 3 little pigs. So these are my lovely pigs. I know they don't really look like pigs. I'm not really that creative, but the kids get it because it's pink. And then I had another one, so I did the Big Bad Wolf as well. This one is more of like a interactive basket. I'm sure like a lot of people that do 450 do this one. I did use a lot of materials that were already in the classroom just to kind of like save myself money. So that's why I don't have any of it with me here today. But it was just a very similar basket like what I used for the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Me and the kids collected sticks from outside, and we also collected grass for the first 2 houses, and then we just took blocks out of the block center for the brick house, and we just put that into a basket, and then we just like put it on like the table toys table, and any kids that like wanted to come and use it and like retell the story or like read the story with me got a chance to like interact and like play with these props. It was a lot of fun, and the kids definitely had a lot of fun like building their own house and like being the pigs. There was a lot of fights over who wanted to be the Big Bad Wolf. So a lot of the story props that I looked at on Pinterest just had the spoons, but I thought like having the Big Bad Wolf would be fun. And it definitely was an opportunity to talk about, you know, like sharing and taking turns, and everybody will be the Big Bad Wolf. Moving on from that, this is probably one of my favorite ones that I did. It is the Old Lady That Swallowed a Fly. It's a very like different story prop concept. Like it's not really for like a large group setting, but it's so good for like those one-on-one conversations. So this is like, you know, her belly of all the things that she ate, and then I made it to where like the first thing that she ate is like the fly, and then like the fly would go here. So you would start with just like all of these off. So let me just take all of these off. And then, you know, so it would say like, there once was an old lady who swallowed a fly. And then it's like, can you find the fly? Like, which one of these is the fly? And then like, you know, they would match the picture, and then we'd be like, well, what did she eat first? And then it's, you know, like the fly, and which one, you know, starts with F, or, you know, we would match that up and it would go here. And then it's like, there was an old lady who swallowed a spider. Like, can you find the spider? And then like, you know, they would find this lovely spider, connect it here. There was an old lady who swallowed a fly, who swallowed a spider, who swallowed a bird. Might help if I like actually got that on there. And then like so on and so forth. So you have the cat, and you have the dog, and you have the horse, and you have the cow. So the kids also really liked this one. It was a hard concept for them at first, like, you know, I mean, these are all out of order, especially like when they're retelling it themselves. But then it was just a really good opportunity to like talk to them about the pictures and being like, okay, so this is the cat, like it starts with a C, it's like a cat, like, can you tell me where the C is? And it was just a really good like one-on-one opportunity to work with them on some stuff. And plus, like, I just really like this old lady. This is how I feel at the end of the semester. No, but really. And then my last story prop that I did is brown bear, what do you see on the felt board? I did not make a felt board just because Growing Together already had one, that I just used. Here's the horse. Here is the duck, the black sheep, the bird, and the fish, and the frog, and the dog. Dog's like the best looking one. He got his collar, but yes. So I didn't make a felt board. I am using theirs. All of this stuff that I made, I'm going to donate to their classroom. So I definitely like, I wanted to make sure that they already had a felt board like before I made one, just because like I was going to give them one anyways. From where I'm definitely not working in the classroom right now, it was a lot of fun to get to make these props, because whenever I was working in the classroom, it's like you never really have time to like get creative and have these story props. So I know that Miss Prissy and Mr. Romaine and Mr. Andrew are like very thankful that they are getting this stuff, and like the kids are loving it, and it's really giving them the opportunity to like get more into the book center and get more into like retelling the stories. And so I'm really glad that I have the opportunity to give this stuff to them. But I did, you know, like try to use a lot of the materials that they already had in the classroom and just try to make it stuff that they would be able to use. And also just save myself a little bit of money. But yeah, so those are my story props, and that is how I plan on using them in the Flying Fish classroom.